that they had beef. He just came out of a hospital yesterday, supposedly, for getting into a fight. But like I said, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you gotta this out. You gotta transfer it out.
So we're over here at the primary incident. We have PSA Lorena that actually witnessed some of what happened. I'm gonna let him explain what's going on and what he had to do during that initial response.
So I was approaching the intersection on Northwest 1 and 20 when I witnessed 3 males fighting in the middle of the street. He had his arm broken by a 2x4. I raised the police officers, and when they got here, they took over.
So it's very important that they gather all the information, hand it over to the police so that we can take over and handle the next step of investigation.
Yes, sir.
Before I know when I was one step back and hit him, he don't hit me with a broom or whatever, broom. Caught me like hell. I'm like, what the and y'all jump back, so I'm like, I ain't gonna get jumped.
So we're able to gather all the information on this incident. A detective was contacted, and pretty much we figured I was a mutual combatant, and no one is getting arrested today, so that's a good thing. A report was generated, obviously, and pretty much what was given is a case card to each party. If they want to pursue further, then they could go to the state attorney.
So with mutual combatants, there was no one that was actually there to witness the beginning of the incident. The PSA came in after the fact and saw the portion towards the end, and because there was a discrepancies of how it actually happened, there's no way that the officers can actually determine, who was the aggressor. So because of that, that's why they write the report, they give it to both parties, and then if they want to take it further, they just go to the state attorney.
That is correct. That was one of the reasons we contacted a detective from the assault unit that was able to confirm that it is a mutual combat.
Exactly. Whenever anything happens like this, we have to double check with the investigators to make sure that we're on track and we're also doing the right thing as well.
That is correct.
All right, guys, so I'm heading to the station now. We'll follow up this vlog later. So if you notice at the front desk, they actually have a plexiglass now to prevent the spread of the COVID virus and give them a little extra layer of protection. All right, back in the office now. Let's catch up a little bit on what's been happening from the previous vlog. You guys have been asking and wondering, hey, how's the chief doing? You know that he was tested positive for the COVID-19. I'm gonna let him respond to that in his own words.
Hey, City of Miami police followers. I know that there's been a lot of inquiries and wanting to know how I'm feeling and how I'm doing, and I'm doing great, and I'm feeling much better. I'm back to work. I feel good. I feel strong. I am so grateful for all the well wishes and all the prayers. It's been so uplifting, and I just wanted to let you all know how thankful I am, and we appreciate, not just me, but the whole department appreciates your support. Thank you.
All right, welcome back, Chief. Big round of applause. Happy he's back with us. Now, last week we had an amazing flyover from the US Navy Blue Angels. If you guys haven't seen it, please go to their Instagram page and check it out right now. They went around the city. They actually went from Boca all the way down to South Miami and came back in support of the first responders, the healthcare workers, and everybody that's on the front line during this COVID-19 pandemic. So we tip our hats to you. Thank you guys so much, and it was wonderful to see you flying over the city. Now, going through the comments from the previous vlog, one of you guys was asking, hey, what kind of radios are we using? Well, these are the ones. We did upgrade them from the Motorola's, and now we're using Harris radios. All the officers have them now. They're lightweight and very easy to use. Some of you guys wanted more information about the ShotSpotter. I'll try and reach out to them and see if we can cover that a little more extensively on another vlog. Now, the number one question that everybody has been asking is, hey, where's Nick? Well, unfortunately, Nick is no longer with the social media unit. He's moved on to training. It was a quick transition. If you want to ask him more about it, go check out his off-duty page and you can contact him there. Now last week we were riding around listening to the radio, and it just so happened that a rescue call came out in the area that we were in. A man fell into a bridge and fire rescue had to respond and take him out. It was a very, very intense scene. The fire rescue did a great job and I commend them for how well they did and how quickly they responded. Let's check out that scene right now.
We understand that a man was walking along the Flagler Street bridge at the time that some work was being performed. There were cones put out and the access hatches below the bridge was open. The person walking did not adhere to the warnings and he fell about a good 15 feet down to the bottom. Fire rescue responded, and at this time we're currently trying to remove him from that area and transport him to Ryder Trauma Center with the assistance of our technical rescue team. Give the IV. Give the IV, man. What do you need? Give the IV and a little extra.
So basically, we had a pedestrian that was walking along where some workers were doing some work underneath the drawbridge. He misstepped and fell down into a shaft about 15 feet down. The patient was alert and oriented, a little bit confused. Has a head injury. He was talking to the first responders the entire time. TRT showed up. We set up a tripod, which we call an Arizona Vortex, with a 4-to-1 pre-rigged rope system and a LSP halfback, which we place around the patient to stabilize his neck and back and haul him up. Pretty simple, basic operation for us.
So now that the person has been rescued and he's on his way to the hospital, it's important that the police continue to secure the scene until fire rescue completely packs up and leaves. It's important that we go ahead and also get witness statements because there's a report that's being done. We have the officer over here actually gathering the information necessary. Well, luckily there was a quick rescue.
Yes.
They were able to pull him out very, very fast. So give us the police side on what your role is now as the responding and primary officer for the scene.
Now my primary part is going to be to write a report and provide also the company with a case number so they can follow up. And most likely I'll also have to contact an investigator.
Now, as we know, there's been no damage to property. He was the only person that was involved.
That's correct.
So it's just important that on the police side we document everything so that all parties involved have that information readily available.
Correct.
All right, well, I'll let you do your thing.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. So now we have to follow up with Officer Williams. As you guys know, he was on quarantine. He had to take the test. It came back negative. Well, guess what? Now he's back. He's working with us. Let's see how he's doing and what he's up to.
Alright guys, Officer Williams here. I'm happy to be back at work. I'm teaching criminal investigations to Pack 135. As you can see, it's an empty class here. We're teaching virtually still. Hopefully we'll have the students in here in the next few weeks. So if you walk over here, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this poster. We're celebrating National Police Week. It's very special to me because my father actually passed away in the line of duty. His name is Officer William Harris Williams. This is the 20th year anniversary He was on for about 20 years, and he was a motorman here in the city of Miami. Just to give a little bit of tribute to him, and you know, I'm glad to have followed in his footsteps and following his legacy, and we love you, Dad. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the class now. We start back up at 1 after lunch, so we're still waiting for all of them to start popping on. They have about 6 minutes, but just to tell you what today's lesson is about, we've just read over the death and homicide section of the chapter, and what I like to do is put things into perspective. I show them a series of videos and officers that have fallen, that have passed away on line of duty.
A young police officer is being remembered tonight. She was killed this weekend during her first day on the job following an awful series of events in Northern Virginia. Jamie Yukas has details.
Prince William County, Virginia Police Department posted this picture of rookie officer Ashley Gwindon about to start her first shift. The caption, "Be safe." Chief Steve Hudson.
She was literally sworn in the day before on Friday.
And I show them that it can be your first day on the job, your last day on the job, or anywhere in between, but something can happen to you. I have them read a letter that was written by an anonymous person that was a survivor, and she was going to end up committing suicide because she was still grieving from her husband passing away in the line of duty. Was written by her husband. It was kept in his gun safe, and it was underneath his firearm. So when she went to go commit suicide and grab the gun, she found the letter. So instead of committing suicide, she reads a letter that was written by him, and it actually ended up saving her life. So I kind of put it in perspective to these students that since my father passed away in line of duty, I would have loved to have had a letter. My mother would have loved to have had a letter. So I have them write a letter to the person that they loved the most. It's a rough draft. It's like a 30-minute exercise that I do with them, but a lot of the students love it and take a lot out of it. So for those of you guys that are pursuing law enforcement, are in law enforcement, or just like the idea, I strongly recommend that you have something in place where if God forbid something does happen to you, you know, you have that fallback where you have last words for the person or people that you love the most.
Hello everyone, I'm Officer Kiara Dubba of the City of Miami Police Department's Public Information Office. Every year on May 1st, we participate in Project Hero. The objective is to pay homage to all of our fallen heroes who have paid the ultimate sacrifice and lost their lives while in the line of duty while serving their community. There's a total of 11 cemeteries in which we would travel to pay our respects. We would do so by placing an American flag and a thin blue line flag followed by a prayer. The main idea is that they will forever remain in our thoughts and prayers, and they will never be forgotten.
So as it was just mentioned, in the month of May, we are honoring the fallen officers. Right now, this is Police Week, and to show our love and appreciation, our civilian photographer from PIO has put together a virtual memorial that we'll be sharing with you guys a little bit later today or tomorrow. So with that being said, guys, please be safe out there. Like, share, and subscribe, and let's have a moment of silence for those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Much love and respect to you all. Have a good one.